Aditya, we're just gonna, come to you first. And you have hardly 10 seconds to answer each question, okay? Unless there's some color you want to throw on something, okay? So let's go, okay?
Okay.
What would you name your own airline?
I would still call it Indigo. I think it's the best name.
All right. What was the last time you traveled on an Indian Railways train?
I think it was about a year back. I think it was. Yeah, but one of those things that I have on my bucket list is to do a Delhi Calcutta on an overnight train. I really want to do that.
All right. Favorite aircraft?
I think from history of it, I think it's the 747.
So have you flown supersonic?
No, I haven't. I'm too young.
Okay, window or aisle or the middle?
Almost always aisle.
All right. Airbus or Boeing?
Airbus.
Favorite meal on a plane?
Actually, whoever gets a better deal. But yes.
Like a true CEO.
Yes.
Favorite meal on a plane?
Favorite meal on the plane? I guess the chicken jungle sandwich.
All right. Mine too on your airline. Favorite drink on a plane?
Sparkling water or black coffee, depending on what's available.
Okay. Has there been a moment in your aviation career where a fellow passenger did not recognize you?
Yes, it's happened where I'm on the front page of the Economic Times, and this is from Bombay to Delhi. I'm on the aisle seat, and there's this person sitting on the left, and I'm reading I'm actually working on my laptop, so I can see that he is kind of looking at the newspaper and he's looking at me, right? And he's looking at the newspaper and he's looking at me. So and I kind of try to start turning away a little bit because it's a little bit embarrassing and I do not know what's going to happen. So then he kind of, knocks me and he says that, you look a lot like this guy. I'm like, really? No. Yes. So I said, yeah, it must be the haircut. So no, you look a lot like this guy.
All right. Favorite place to go to?
Rishikesh.
Favorite book?
Ooh, a lot of them, but I think Fine Balance by Rohinton Mistry. Very, 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 powerful book, but yeah, that just kind of comes.
All right. The final one for you. One thing that no one knows about you. I mean, you're a public figure, so one thing that nobody.
That's a difficult. Very few people know about this. That when I was, I was a school debater, and I've always been a public speaker and things like that. But my very first public speaking was when I was 5 years old in class prep, right? And you know what it was? It was a show and tell competition. And the weirdest thing, my show and tell when I was 5 years old was about a blue and white airplane.
Wow.
It's quite some coincidence.
Wow.
It's some coincidence.
Lovely. Rahul, we're going to go with you next. So
Yes.
Coming to you. Thanks, Aditya. This was most wonderful. I still don't know if you win if you have a hamper and if you will win one, okay? So, all right. Rahul, are you ready?
Yes.
We're going to go in a different order, okay? So, Airbus or Boeing?
Boeing.
Okay. Favorite aircraft?
777-300ER.
Okay. Do you have any airline in mind?
Jet Avis.
Have you flown supersonic?
No.
Okay. Favorite drink on a plane?
Black coffee.
Okay. Favorite meal on a plane?
Vegetarian.
Okay. That's a wide selection, but we'll go with that. Favorite place to go?
There's a place called Beas near Amritsar. This is my favorite place to go.
All right. Favorite book?
Have you read Fool's Die by Mario Puzo?
I haven't, but I'll put it on.
Yeah, it's a Mario Puzo's book written several years back. That's my favorite novel, and Daily Drucker by Peter Drucker.
Okay. So, the important one. What would you name your own airline?
I wish I actually have friends like you and Aditya and Sanjeev, and we can all buy the brand called Jet Airways.
Okay.
Good answer.
Good one. Good one. So, any moment when a fellow passenger did not recognize you on a plane?
Clearly, I am not as famous as Aditya and Sanjeev are. There have been flights after flights where nobody ever recognized me.
All right. And the last one.
Which is not a bad thing, Rahul.
Okay. Before I go to the last one, I want to just bring up something that Belson told me recently.
Oh, wow.
He told me that you're the guy with the most well-stocked pantry in the. You're the Kirana store of Jet Airways headquarters. You want to talk something about that?
Oh yes, Belson and I actually used to be on the same floor. In fact, he was just about a room next to mine, and yes, many of us used to work very long hours. And in aviation business, you know about it, that you actually really service 24/7 business. So hours had no meaning. The work actually decided how many hours that you were actually there in the office. So yeah, yes, I used to have a good stock of stuff for every one of us to actually enjoy occasionally. The pantries used to be not open. I used to have my own small pantry in the office.
Now, guys, I've been on this floor, and heads up, I think the catering guy used to sit on the same floor as well, right?
No, that was the third floor. I was on the first floor, initially on the fifth floor. But whether I was on the fifth floor or when I moved to the first floor, I used to have my pantry all stocked up at all points in time.
Lovely. Now, the final one. One thing most people don't know about you.
I'm a teetotaler and strict vegetarian.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Sanjeev. I think you, Sanjeev, do you want to ask me the question? Do you want me to ask the questions, or do you already want to start answering them?
No, please do, because please go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Okay. For you, this one's going to be tough. Airbus or Boeing?
Both, depending on the mission. I mean, a little bit like what Aditya said, depending on the cost of the mission. And I've worked with both suppliers at SpiceJet and Vistara, and now at Go Air is Airbus fleet. And I think both have the strengths and good products.
Personally, Airbus or Boeing?
It depends on the aircraft. I mean, my favorite aircraft, which I'll answer right now, is also the 747-400.
All right.
So from that point of view, Boeing has a special place in my heart. But both make great planes.
All right. What would you name your own airline?
In fact, I've been thinking about this as a game with my kids. And so one name is Aria, A-R-I-A. And the other name is, unfortunately, a little bit of bias comes in there, is my daughter's name, Joya. So I think the both would be very nice names for airlines.
All right. When was the last time you traveled in Indian Railways?
It's been a while. I think it was from Kalka to Delhi. Yes, it was from Kalka to Delhi on Kalka Mail. And I have to tell you, it was delayed in Kalka station, and it was quite an experience because I took a walk and the lights had gone out on the station and the train was delayed, and I went to, the unreserved coaches, and I was just seeing how people were packed in there. It's a tough journey for most people, I have to say. Yeah.
Have you flown supersonic?
I haven't, no.
Okay. Window or aisle or the middle seat?
Window always. In fact, once in a while I still get asked, because I'm always glued to the window and I'm taking pictures, is this your first flight? I'm still asked that.
Favorite meal on a plane?
It's when I travel long haul international, steak. A nice medium rare steak. Last time I had that was, I think, on Qatar Airways. I love that.
Yeah, well, they do it very well. Favorite drink on a plane?
Favorite drink, it depends. But if they have those Viennese coffee kind of options, those are the ones I go for.
Okay. So any moment when a fellow passenger did not recognize you on a plane?
Quite often, I'm not as famous as Aditya or some of the others. But what's more interesting is when you get on a plane, and this happened to me more than one occasion, where passengers say, "Oh, hi Sanjeev, how are you?" and "Hi, how are you?" and all that, and then they start talking to you very familiarly, and you know that they've met you somewhere, and you wish you remember where, and you have to keep talking and trying to ask questions to help you remember where it is that you met them, and it can be quite embarrassing sometimes.
All right. Favorite place to go to?
You see, my 20 years in the US now starting to show. I first had steak, then I said Viennese coffee, but my favorite place in the world by far is Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, if you follow Sanjeev on Instagram or on Twitter, you'll know that already. But favorite book, Sanjeev?
It's Jobs, the book, the biography by Walter Isaacson. I've read it about 3 times, and I tell you, I recommend it. In fact, my phone is resting on it. Can you see it? This is the book.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you were going to ask this question, so just by chance. Yeah.
All right. That's one of my favorite books too. And one thing that no one knows about you, or very less people know about you.
Well, there's one thing that some people know, including Aditya, which is my nickname, which shall not be repeated here, but which he once blurted out in the Condé Nast Travel Awards, when Vistara's name was called out, and he said, "Go, whatever." We were on the same table. But I will not repeat that nickname here. But the other thing that no one knows, perhaps, is somewhat similar to Aditya's story, but a little sadder, in that in class 2, I was in my first play in La Martiniere, Calcutta, and my role was of a girl, so I had to wear a skirt.
All right. Sounds very interesting. There's one more thing about Sanjiv. Somebody messaged me. Okay, Sanjiv, I have that name here. Sonal's already broadcasted.
Nonsense, Sonal. What are you up to? Here was
I won't repeat it. Most people have not seen it.
Okay. But there's one more thing about Sanjiv that somebody from one of his colleagues fed me today, okay? And Sanjiv can confirm it or deny it. He doesn't speak Hindi too well.
Actually, I don't, because I grew up in Calcutta, and my father's Punjabi, my mother's Bengali, and they spoke to each other in English because my mother couldn't speak Hindi or Punjabi, and my father couldn't speak Bengali. And therefore, I unfortunately grew up, speaking English as my first language. And I only passed in Hindi in school because I was smart enough to take tuition from the teacher. So every exam I would get 36 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 to make it 40. And then luckily I got into college early decision in the US, which means that when ISC came, I didn't have to take the Hindi exam. I only had to take 5. But I have to tell you that when I have a nightmare, it's often about I have a Hindi test or exam tomorrow, and I don't know a word. I haven't studied anything about it.
All right. Gentlemen, when this lockdown ends, I'll try and send all of you a hamper because you are all equally entertained.
Very kind of this.
I don't know what's going to be inside. I'll go
Send it, for God's sake. Yeah.
Sorry?
How are you going to send it?
After this lockdown ends.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But thank you, all 3 of you. You've been great company today. And I hope, people who join in the call also feel the same, because I was totally entertained. And I think thank you for giving us a view into the other side of you.